All right, everyone, we are here with a fun off-season war today. Took in OG Storm, Mr. Negative, and Shang-Chi since the debuff detox is broken. Figured I might as well test someone I'm interested in seeing if he still works, and that's Shang-Chi. But on the way, decided to bring in OG Storm just to really test her out against a few lopsided matchups for her. So here, Korg game plan was to parry and only do light attacks to remove rock stacks. Once they're gone, parry and build the special 2. Hope that we have enough prowess at that point and that the rock stacks are gone, and that we have a long timer to parry heavy and then throw special 2. Something that would have helped for me to remember is that if I do parry stun him and he doesn't have the passive stun but a regular stun, and then I knock him down, it turns it into a passive stun. But because I did not realize that, I probably missed an easy opportunity to drop special 2. So instead we get pushed to special 3 here, and it does a big chunk of damage. So I wasn't at all worried about this fight. So we are actually going to build to a second special 2, and we are going to be able to throw it with his rock stacks down. So really just taking advantage of her creating a passive stun when her actual stun is shrugged against skill champs, kind of the same way as Bishop, and the fact that she just builds prowess so easily and just nukes things with her special 2. So here we go, special 2, gonna get this heavy in. He's stunned, I go in, throw the special 2, and that was actually the moment I realized the regular stun would turn into a passive stun on knockdown. So she continues here with Jabari Panther. Again, another really lopsided fight for her. This one's going to be a bit easier to line up the special 2 because we don't have a rock stack to deal with or manage. So it's really, just avoiding baiting a heavy and retaliating it since it's got heavy hitter on it. Our regular stun, when it gets cleansed, it actually turns into a passive stun. So she actually gets stunned when she shrugs the stun against Storm. I'm pretty sure it functions the same way against Storm Pyramid X. So getting this special 2 out. We don't have a lot of prowess. It's not a big deal. Throw this heavy. We're at special 2, 10 prowess. Throw one at medium, and then boom. Nice little crit right there. Allows us to combo her while she's stunned and take her out. So it's pretty good, pretty smooth showcase for her. Decided to take this King Groot with Shang-Chi. Was really interested in whether or not his Wushu would fail. And I don't mean the chi, like gaining the chi charges. I mean the actual function of the Wushu, if it would fail due to unsteady ground. So here we are against the King Groot. Not really too problematic if I time it right, and I believe I do in this fight. I can actually get the Cleanse Wushu up, and that'll prevent unsteady ground, and that's the only debuff I'm going to end up receiving throughout the entire fight. So technically, this is a good matchup for a normal shrugger as long as you can time the shrug, which you can with Shang-Chi. So he's probably still going to be good depending on node against champions like Void, where you can time when the debuff is coming. And then to make this an even safer fight, slap on a White Magneto pre-fight, and we've got free resets for Wushus for days. So we don't have it here. I have to be cautious about stuns getting shrugged. But as you can see here, it's going pretty well. And down goes King Groot. So not really a problem. And we couldn't tell too much because, as I said, lining up the cleanse with shrugging the unsteady ground. But we will see it here with Knull. Now, you guys have seen me take Knull with Shang-Chi on Hazard Shift before. And the way this usually works is cleanse Wushu, stun Wushu while he's under a bar of power. And then from there, heavy retaliate when he gets the special 1. Go ahead and just go with the stun Wushu, cleanse Wushu, heavy reset. But what should happen, I'm pretty sure, is that since we're always glancing in this fight, none of the cleanses should work. Like, we shouldn't gain the cleanse charges, and neither should the stun from the Wushu. And you see here it's going fine, but Knull decides to throw a special one into my block. Now what I should do here, and in an actual war if this happens, I would chill out. I would wait. Right here I would reset my Wushus, and I would back out. But what you actually saw was me trying to get to special 2 so that I could avoid the corruption. And it didn't work out. We fell short. I didn't throw a special attack. So we ended up unblockable, unstoppable, and I ended up with inverse controls. So I went in again because I really, really wanted to test if I could build the special 2 and take Knull out. And this attempt, I got a true feel for that. So we managed to push him to special 2. There are a lot of debuffs at the moment. None of them are damaging. There's the shrug. Here's a stun off intercept. We're going to throw the special 2. You can see here it does almost no damage, at least for the node. And that's problematic. So Shang-Chi definitely not going to be an option, even with the way the attack or the global is working at the moment. Specifically against a matchup like Knull, where there are just too many debuffs and too much going on. So we get out of that fight, where we die in that fight, and we just let someone else clean that up. And then off the revive, we go into this void. So here maybe is a more practical use for Shang-Chi against unsteady ground. We can specifically make sure that we have the cleanses up when Void crosses a bar of power and when he throws a special attack. So that's where it's going to be most problematic for him. You see here, if we don't get rid of that unsteady ground when Void throws a special attack, we're going to end up taking damage his entire special attack. And that can definitely cause a lot of people to panic and make a few mistakes. So here, even my timing's not that great with making sure that I have cleanses up when the debuffs are about to hit. But we end up making it work. A lot of block damage there since he had suicides. It definitely helped that he had suicides for the recoil, but I also wasn't fully healed, so could still be an option depending on node. And then Kingpin here. This should have been another easy storm fight. But you're going to see I get frustrated trying to dex and end up parrying a bunch. And then because I felt my back getting closer to the wall, I decide to heavy retaliate his special 1, and I end up out of range. So out of the deaths I have this war, this is probably my worst. I'm kind of annoyed by it. But here I'm trying to bait this special 1 out. Oh no, it's not this one then yet. It's going to be the next few. So there, I was going to bait this special 1 out and then try to set an intercept up. But you can see here, I keep taking blocked hits when I don't want to. Accidentally stunning him. Finally throws it. Good. I try to heavy retaliate. Thought maybe the second hit would reach. Doesn't. Then I try to intercept right here. And if you slow it down, her leg's up. He just is half a second faster than me. So I end up dying to a Kingpin I shouldn't have. This is how the fight should have went. I should have organically just fought him, build to my special 2, bait out his special 1s, and if a intercept happens to happen when I have special 2, great. If not, Storm is going to overpower this so much that it would just nuke it anyways. So there's the organic intercept into the special 2, and just bye-bye goes Kingpin. So off-season practice. It's not like we'd actually assign Storm, but I do have a thought or two about where she might get used since we're blind about the tactic. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm going in here to die with Shang-Chi so that I can revive and have more health. And to be honest, I just played this as I would if I was at full health. And it ends up working out. So stun Wushu through block, cleanse, slow, doesn't matter. Heavy reset after whichever I do before the stun falls. You'll see me not do full combos if I get the auto blocked hit. I don't want him dexing out in the middle of my Wushu and me not being able to complete the combo and then getting hit. So I set myself up for success. If he's got a bar of power after a heavy, I back up to get myself ready to bait a special 1 or dex it. And then we go right back to him turtling against the wall, doing the stun wushu. And if I intercept like that, then I kind of avoid trying to stun or do the wushu through his block. So even there. So here I decide to go unblockable into special 2 in case that shield came back up, and it did. And we had the Fury for probably about half of that special 2, and it took Modok down pretty far. So we're still surviving off this 5%. Feeling pretty confident about it. Getting near the final few hits here. Modok is not being cheeky and trying to get a quick hit in. Probably going to be one more blocked hit. Wushu. And down goes Modok. So played it perfectly for a Shang-Chi at 5%. And then my last fight, I was actually hoping to take that Doom. Someone else grabbed it before I could. Is going to be Maw here. So Maw is an unsteady ground champ. And there are multiple instances during this fight where I can tell the global's not working. And I will point them out to you when they happen. So built a 7 light there. Evade counter, push him to special 1. Heavy, knock him down, reset that focus. Here I have unsteady. I'm going to heavy, and I'm going to gain a Fury. That I do not believe should be happening. It even says glancing. So it appears that unsteady ground is not preventing ability accuracy or reducing it. And then here, setting up special 2. That first hit was also a glance. I think one of those petrifies should not have been placed. But in any case, Mr. Negative pretty much overpowers the matchup here. So it was a good war, or a good off-season war. Happy to test the champion that does shrug debuffs to get kind of the only feel that we can have as far as testing goes against unsteady ground. But not feeling too confident or happy about the fact that we're going to go into the season blind with a global that's not working when it comes to ability accuracy reduction, and a tactic that isn't working, but we're being told is going to be fixed when the season starts. And then we'll go in with absolutely no practice as to how it functions or how it works or how easy it is. We kind of have to learn it on the fly. So not feeling the fact that the season starts in 2 off-season wars, hoping something kind of, we get some light shed on what the situation is, or, if things will be fixed or if we'll have more time to practice. Who knows? Should be interesting, especially these Knulls when they're placed either as the boss or on node 22. Honestly, node 22 is probably going to be worse, given that it has hazard shift. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the war video. Hit subscribe, give it a like, and I will catch you guys at the next one.